My most recent LEGO creation, the Lego X Mansion set using 2 sets, plus a custom section I built below it, received a lot of attention on Reddit recently with lots of people asking for instructions. That will take a while. Before I get into how I built this, I want to just give you a little quick video tutorial of my Lego city. Along my sidewall, I have this medieval display. I'll do another video on that later. The modern city along the window here. Down below, there's Ninja Turtles, little sewer for them, a subway station, and I have this train track that runs underneath the entire city. Because the space that I have for the X Mansion is sandwiched in between the subway station and the Batcave, there are a lot of custom changes in order to use the functions for either one of those. This design takes up a 48 by 48 base plate area. The bottom is a 32 base plate and a 16 base plate protruding outward once it reaches a level that's above the train. I experimented with a few balcony designs because I wasn't a big fan of the square in the middle of the balcony, but for now this works just fine. I have a little round plate at the top with the skate and then 2 of the platforms, 1 from each set, to kind of make the balcony look as centered as possible, and extending the attic actually helped a lot with the look of making the balcony centered. I also switched out this little section at the top. It's kind of annoying in that whenever you pull the roof off, it changes a little, but it's a lot more stable than the version of the official set. There's only so many dark orange pieces I had. If I needed more pieces, I'd replace them with the snot pieces and just put this greenery all over. So it serves a practical purpose, and it also looks pretty nice. I had an extra pile of dark orange pieces that left over from when I did the 2X mod of the Jazz Club, which helped out a lot. In the end, I only have a small handful of orange pieces left. Another challenge when designing this was fitting the 8 5x6 panels into the set without it looking weird. In the backyard, I have a tennis court that opens up for the X-Jet. I do not have the X-Jet yet. And the floor of the landing pad will open up just so you can get into the B-slab area a little bit easier. Okay, so let's take the whole building off and get a look underneath and close up the tennis court again. I have the smooth section here that supports the actual build. Everything's very, very sturdy. So here's the little Cerebro computer thing from the animation. I took some of the stickers that came with the set. I tried to do my best to keep every single sticker on the same type of piece it originally went with. This little blue round section is from the GWP. I think this was in the lab section of the original set. Again, you see the stickers of the numbers here that were in their version of the Danger Room, and I actually have space for a second one of these that I haven't built yet, so I'll build it real quickly right now. We have this circular shaped entrance into the landing pad area, and right next to it is the foundation of the pool. I filled the pool with all the trans blue and clear pieces I have. Right now it's kind of looking more like ice. Maybe that's because Iceman's been taking a swim in the pool. So here's the elevator, and again the X sticker from, I think it was a door in the original set. I used it as the back of the elevator here. It works really nice. Elevator's pretty simple, just a little piece that sticks out of the back a little bit, and when I put the next floor on, you'll see that there's a space missing on the build for the elevator to be able to move up to it. Here's a view of the reverse side of the hallway looking into the Danger Room. I used both the Danger Room windows here and the remainder of those stickers. And here's the brick-built X door. This was probably the most technically difficult part of this entire build. A lot of racket pieces to get half plates and whatnot. And there you go. You see them in the Cerebro room. I had this mud flap lying around for a car project I never built. Just some of these little panels on the back, and it works perfectly. And I just have a little Technic piece on the ceiling to attach the little headgear and the images of the people that Professor X is seeing that came with the set. Alright, so now onto the Danger Room. Here we have Gambit avoiding some danger. I had this little light lying around, so I put that in here. I'll do something more with that later. And the side walls, you know, they're just all those curved panels that came with the roads that I got for my city that I didn't actually use, so I incorporated them in here. The height of the underground area is exactly one plate for 4 tiles and then 4 of the road plates stacked on top of each other, and it hides some of the ugliness on the back of the Cerebro room. So here's B slab. This front cover comes right off. I did order additionally all these cabinets. They're all bestseller pick-a-bricks. I had the tubing for these pipes lying around already, extra pieces, pushed into some studs on the side of the wall and attached with Technic pieces. Actually, the top big one that the beast is hanging from is connected with just the back side of a little headlight piece. There's the staircase leading down from the hallway upstairs and the entrance to the danger room. And then we got B slabs, got a little fridge right there. There's that X-ray sticker and just a closer view of the landing pad. And that's the below ground level. So let's start putting the first story back on. So you can see here, the back is 1 brick higher than the front. So it lines up with that support build that was built into the original set. Here is the dining room kitchen area. The dining room table is actually 2 of the extra sidewalk pieces from the other build that I didn't use. I just put them together, perfect 3x6 table, and just tiles on top to support them. The cabinets just pop right off from snot pieces. I used some reference images of the actual kitchen from the show, try to make it look as much as possible like that one. And there's a little corner bathroom. There's also the back door to the backyard here. We can take the middle section out and look into it. As you can see, it's 2 stories tall with this staircase in the back. I looked at a lot of reference images of the X Mansion, and a lot of them had this staircase that's split into 2 sides. It also works well for support for this section, and the ladder of the bookshelf GWP that came with this set. And a little chandelier, just some pieces I had lying around. Arch piece I used for entrance to the kitchen. My class is on the side of the actual class, and my danger room's on the side of the actual danger room. Just lucky that it turned out that way. Here we have Charles' office. I was able to add depth in the bookshelf because of the staircase being behind it. Down the hallway, we have the entrance to the classroom. Pretty proud of this desk design that I came up with. It's very simple, just using some of the panel pieces from the original build as a little table. The simple mechanism with some clips I had lying around. As you can see, a minifigure fits into it perfectly. Looks like Rogue is ready to take a lesson right now. So that's the first floor. Now let's get to the second. On one side, we have little study area where Magneto and Professor X can play chess. We have the Beast's bedroom right here for when he's not in his lab. And then we got Professor X's bedroom here. I guess he has to leave his hover chair in the hallway when he goes to bed. Little fireplace. Saw the chimneys in the exterior of the build, so I tried my best to kind of incorporate a fireplace near where they'd be on each floor. I just went with the facade of the elevator here for stability purposes, and then I also had to use the headlight pieces to put the arrows so that the doors could open correctly. And on the other side, here we have kind of a rec room with a laundry, pool table, little TV, record player. The couch in here was actually taken from the Queer Eye set. I also used a lot of the furniture from that set in my Avengers Tower upgrade, which I'll show you in a later video. I saw the idea for using these circular light preserver pieces, I guess they are, as laundry in somebody else's YouTube video. I really liked how that looked and had these 4 pieces lying around. Here's the pool table. It's got some of the 2x6 bracket plates that were used in the original roof, which I had left over in my version. And just to show you, the staircase is not only there for the minifigures to go up to the 3rd floor, but it also is vital for support for this section. So you can see it's keeping the whole back together, keeping the walls there. I saved the 3rd floor for last because of the amount of internal walls that I could make different colors, because I knew I would be running out of the dark orange. Wanted this floor to mostly be the bedrooms and a long hallway, so that's what I went with. We'll go to our back section first, which is Wolverine's room and Scott and Jean's room. I thought it would be perfect to put Wolverine next to Scott and Jean, just to, add to his misery here. There's some of Wolverine's adventures. He went to wherever Moana's from here, and I guess he went to China as well. His little sword. Oh, there's poor Wolverine, and we got Jean over here on the other side. Here's another example of the sticker pieces that I wanted to keep intact and use for something. And on the other side is the back of the bathroom with that clause. I did the same thing with the same piece from the second set. We've got Jubilee's bedroom here. Here's a little guest bedroom next to the balcony. Because I needed to have it wrap around to have the entrance from the hallway, I got a locker area for the dormitory room. Here's the stairs leading up to the attic that also show how those leftover panels are vital in covering up the gaps that the stairs would show. There's the lockers, the back side of the shower, the other wall of the shower, which is just a black panel here. But as you can see, when you look through the back of Jubilee's room, it's also this Ideas sticker from some set. I'm not sure what it came from. Maybe the Queer Eye one as well. Here's the underside of the dormitory. It's a couple 6x16s. That middle section could be switched out for a 4x10, but I'm using two 2x10s because that's what I had. As with each of the wings, the sides are a 2x10 and a 1x10. Here's the other wing when I don't have the stairs, and instead of all those pieces, it's just a 16x16 with the 2x10 and the 1x10 on each side. So most of the floors look like this underneath. Just tried to make this to have as few floor panels as possible because I knew the more there were, the less stable it would be. Here's an example of the middle section. For this particular one, it's a 16x16 and two 2x16s on the edge that I put on the end there because of all the furniture in the bedroom. It keeps it more stable. Now the roof all comes apart as one piece. I use the same support system that the bottom of the official set has. I had a lot of these reverse angled roof pieces left over from a pick-a-pick order from the King of the Hill set that I designed. You can see on the bottom of this centerpiece, it's 8x16 and two 6x16s. The center section of the entire build is a 20x16 in area. And the sides come out to 22x10 with the narrow part being 16. I tried to make the geometry work for stability as much as possible because with this set you really only have the section of the floor and the tiling on the floor for support outside of the walls. Usually there's another layer of plates for support, which this build doesn't have. I also picked these dimensions so that the roof would have a geometrically doable build that works with everything. I used almost every single roof piece except for the corner ones from both sets, and then I had to borrow from the 3-in-1 castle some of the 1x3 slope pieces to finish off the skylights. And I also ordered quite a bit of extra windows in those window bracket pieces, as well as doors. This is right above the dormitory area. Here's a little trash box and storage. The bottom of this one's an 8x16, these two 6x8s, and then the same wing situation of the 2x10s and the 1x10. The roof is extremely solid with a lot of support on the sides. There's the skylight opening up. I have those on both sides. Just had those hinge pieces left over from some other project. Here's the stairs going up to the center section. I wanted, a door for Storm's room so it could lock and be privacy. It wasn't tall enough, so I had to kind of have it go into the dome section to get it tall enough and have the door open inward. Take the dome off and look into Storm's room. There's her bed, and on the other side's a ladder so you can go to the top of the dome. And if you keep following through, you get to where Storm's garden is in the other roof section. There's Storm. And you can see the chimney in the back behind her. On the roof section, to continue the same motif of these little round pieces along the whole building, I built in a snot piece along the roof, and each extra orange section plus the plate is 5 plates high, so the exact amount. So I did that intentionally, and that's the entire build. The final build is roughly 8,000 pieces, little over 5,000 in the mansion build itself, and somewhere around 3,000, maybe a little less in the lower section. Hopefully in a few weeks from now, I'll have actual instructions ready. Thank you, and look forward to posting the next video.